Next month we will be celebrating Hollie's 8th birthday. When we were first given Hollie's diagnosis in 2007, we feared the worst and never expected to be where we are today, celebrating 8 years of good health. We delight in the fact that Hollie is growing into a bright, bubbly, beautiful young girl, full of life and with a strong personality, determination and strong will. A little girl who cannot help but make you smile and laugh. Hollie's dream is to be a pop star. She spends hours singing and dancing along to her favourite programmes such as Victorious and High School Musical. She believes in her dreams and so do we. This is why Hope for Hollie is a campaign dreaming of a cure. Because like Hollie, we believe that dreams do come true and the dreams of a little 8-year-old girl can and should inspire hope in all of us. Sadly, we've had to face head-on the cruel reality of this disease when we have watched on helplessly as friends' children have declined and been taken from them. We cannot forget this is a disease that will allow children to develop into confident young individuals just like Hollie and then slowly strip them of the ability to do simple tasks. We have seen the despair and the heartbreak this disease has caused so many families and the big gap in their lives when they have to say goodbye to their precious children. A gap that can never be filled, a pain that will never truly heal. We've also seen some families having to find the strength to continue to care for other siblings that are also affected, knowing full well what lies ahead. But in 2013 we want to try and focus on the real and definite hope that is now on the horizon. When Hollie was first diagnosed, her consultant Professor Ed Rafe told us the disease was sadly incurable at that time and there was no recognised therapies. He suggested that we go home with Hollie, live for now, make memories. His parting words that very first day in Manchester, however, always stayed fresh in our minds. He said he felt confident that there would come a time when a treatment would be available for Niemann-Pick type C, and he was hopeful this would come within the next 5 years. Now many could say these were standard words of hope made in an attempt to make us cope when all we really wanted to do was break down. But in our hearts we could see the compassion and understanding that came with his words, and we had heard great things about Professor Rafe. We therefore trusted in what he said, and we held his words as a form of comfort ever since. 5 years have now passed, and although there is no magic cure or treatment, we feel he wasn't far off the mark. As we reach year 6, we can see the hope in the eyes of many. Not just family and friends, but the researchers and scientists working on this disease. We see excitement when they talk to families, and we see honest and genuine hope. Researchers are talking about not just one potential therapy, but many. Some of these therapies may not be in time for Hollie, but some may be in our reach. We proceed with cautious optimism, because although clinical trials bring much hope, they also bring heartbreak to families who are unable to participate. Every day our children are fighting this disease, they are slowly declining. For some parents the decline is more severe and sudden, and the frustration of watching trials taking place overseas without the opportunity to access them cannot be underestimated. What would you as a parent do for your child? Now just imagine how hard it is for parents whose children are living with a ticking time bomb. The researchers are excited about a treatment, but the parents cannot access it for their child. Even if their child remains well long enough for a treatment to be approved, will they be able to access it here in the UK? More and more families in the US and worldwide are now attempting, some with success, to access therapies such as cyclodextrin on an experimental basis outside of a clinical trial. This is not without risk, but can you blame families who are running out of time? What would you do for your child in this situation when the reality of the disease they are fighting is so horrendous? You know your child is going to decline, lose the ability to walk, talk and feed themselves, develop dementia and possibly have hard to control seizures in double figures a day. The chances of them seeing adulthood are remote. This is our only hope, and a brave choice. In the UK, this has not yet been possible due to many ethical and clinical hurdles, too high to jump, so families have no option but to just sit and wait and hope, dreaming of a cure. Dreaming that they will get the chance to see their son or daughter pass their driving test, go to university, walk down the aisle with their father, see them have families of their own, go to their school prom. At the moment, all these things and more are a very remote reality. Although we have some exciting trials on the horizon, Our problems will not disappear overnight, and hope can be crushed so easily. This was highlighted a few weeks ago when a crucial clinical trial at the National Institute of Health in America, a trial that many families were pinning a lot of hope on, had to be paused because the patients developed infections in the ports placed into the brains to administer the drug. This was a real blow to the Niemann-Pick community. We now have to wait until an alternative method is found of delivering this drug into the brain. On a positive note, in April, another trial into Niemann-Pick type C was announced, this time in the EU. This is chaperone treatment, which will basically teach the faulty cells to work properly. We fear the time frame for this trial is optimistic, enrolment by the last quarter of 2013. But it really does fill us with hope that a treatment could possibly be within our reach. Hollie appears to fit the proposed inclusion criteria. But will there be enough space? Will it help? What are the risks? All the questions that a family will need to consider and prepare. Nothing is easy with Niemann-Pick type C. Irreversible is a word that haunts us, knowing we need to find a treatment before the disease takes hold and does irreversible damage to Hollie's brain. We know that once the cholesterol in Hollie's body reaches a level where it starts to kill off her brain cells and cause neurological decline, nothing will be able to recover them, and it will be impossible to reverse the disease progression. This in turn will impact on our hope of any new therapies helping. The bottom line is we need a treatment now to ensure Hollie has a good quality of life. We really do have to pray with all our hearts that this disease is kept at bay and stays away until such time as we can access a treatment. The closer the therapies come, the more scary it is, not only because of what decisions we may have to make in the near future, but also because our desire and need for Hollie to continue to stay well gets stronger. Just hold on, little girl. Keep fighting, keep dancing, keep smiling. Just keep well. More than anything, she has to just keep well. Just a little bit longer. Not long now, we hope. On the 18th of May, we released our charity single, The Climb, with a personal appearance by Hollie and her friends. We chose this song because not only does Hollie love it, but the words say it all. It's going to be an uphill battle, and we don't know what's waiting on the other side. We would like to dedicate this awareness film to Professor Ed Rafe, who died suddenly and unexpectedly on the 10th of April 2013. Professor Rafe's hope and desire to give children with Niemann-Pick type C a future will be his lasting legacy, and will carry on through all Niemann-Pick families and many others in the medical field who have held him in such high esteem. Thank you for watching.